What's up guys? Sa video ito, pag-aaralan naman natin ang M method. Sa previous lesson natin or topic natin, we solved the LP problem using graphical method. So we solved the maximization and minimization problem using graphical method and simplex method. So this time we will study about M method. Okay? So, M method, same to ng simplex method. We can solve if the variable is 2 or more. So, same nung sa simplex method, pag yung variable na sinasolve natin is 2 or 3 pataas, so we can use simplex and the M method. Dahil sa graphical method, we only solve 2 variables. So we will solve the LP problem using M method, yung ating minimization model. Okay? So the M method starts with the LP in equation form. All the constraints are equation with non-negative right-hand side. And all the variables are non-negative. If the equation does not have a slack, so remember, sa ating simplex method, so yung nadadagdag na variable is slack. So, if the equation does not have a slack, okay, so an artificial variable is added to form a starting solution similar to all slack basic solution. So, kung natatandaan nyo yung way nung pagsosolve natin sa simplex method, so we start our basic solution with our slack 1, slack 2, and slack 3. But in M method, we start with our artificial variable, which is A1, A2, and A3. Depende kung ilan yung ating constraints. Greater than or equal constraints sets a lower limit on the economic activities of LP, so that the amount by which the left-hand side exceeds the minimum limit represents surplus. Sa M method, so we add surplus variable. Sa simplex method, we add slack. Okay? So, thus the conversion from greater than or equal to equal is achieved by subtracting a non-negative surplus variable from the left-hand side of the inequality. Sa simplex method, we add, or yung ating operation for our slack is addition. But in M method, we subtract, okay, the surplus variable. However, the artificial variables are not part of the original problem, and a modeling trick is needed to force them to zero by the time the optimum iteration is reached, assuming the problem has a feasible solution. The desired goal is achieved by penalizing these variables in the objective function using the following rule. Okay, so we have a rule. So given M a sufficiently large positive value, the objective coefficient of an artificial variable represent an appropriate penalty if, okay, negative M in maximization problem and M in minimization problem. So yung ating M method is we can use for maximization problem and minimization problem. So, hindi ibig sabihin M method ay para lang sa minimization problem. So, we can use also the M method in maximization problem if the constraints is, or the inequality sign of the constraints is greater than or equal. Kasi pag less than or equal is simplex method yung way ng ating pagsasolve, or slack yung gagamitin nating variable. Kapag M method, we add surplus. So, what value of M should be used? So, depends on the data original LP. Recall that the penalty M must be sufficiently large relative to the original objective coefficients to force the artificial variables to 0 in the optimal solution. So, we will solve this problem, the minimization problem, na sinolve natin before using graphical method. So, we will try to solve this problem using M method. So, itatry natin itong solve kung same yung magiging result doon sa ating ginawang solution using graphical method. Okay? So, this is our objective function respectively for our three constraints and our non-negativity constraints, whereas x sub 1 and x sub 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So, ito yung mga na-add na mga variable, which is magsiset up tayo ating mga variable. Okay? So, our x sub 1 is the number of gallons of Alaska milk, and x sub 2 is the number of gallons of Nestle milk. And our SU1 is the surplus 1 or excess cases of constraints number 1. So, sa ibang book, may makikita kayo, S pa rin yung ginagamit sa surplus. So, this time, ginawa ko tong SU para hindi tayo malito. So, S yung ginamit natin, baka maisip natin dito is slack pa rin. So, SU meaning surplus. Okay, respectively, for our SU2 and surplus 3, which is excess cases of constraints 2 and 3. And our artificial variable 1 for initial positive solution for constraints 1, 2, and 3. So, we'll set up the objective function where a relatively high cost is assigned per unit of an artificial variable, whereas M is equal to 100 for this case. Okay? So, minimum cost is equal to 50x sub 1 plus 55x sub 2 minus 0 surplus 1 minus 0 surplus 2 minus 0 surplus 3. And for our artificial variable, so our M, so which is ang value ng ating M is 100. Okay? So therefore, this is our objective function. Okay? So, subject to, okay, for our constraints. So, 5x sub 1 plus 11x sub 2 minus surplus 1 plus 1 artificial 1 is equal to 100. And our constraints number 2 is 7x sub 1 plus 8x sub 2 minus surplus 2 plus 1 artificial 2 is equal to 112. So, actually meron pa yun dito na minus surplus 2. So, hindi ko na nilagay dahil ang value niya naman ay 0. Okay. Then, for our constraints 3, 9x sub 1 plus 4x sub 2 minus surplus 3 plus 1 artificial 3 is equal 72, and our x sub 1 and x sub 2, artificial 1, 2, and 3 is greater than or equal to 0. So we will create a tableau for our iteration 1. Okay, so this is our objective function and our 3 constraints or our 3 equation. So same nung ginagawa natin sa simplex method. So we will start for our basic solution for artificial variable 1, 2, and 3. And our value is 100. Then, i-copy lang natin to sa ating table. So, 5, 11, minus 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, and for our RHS is 110. And for our constraints number 2 is 7, 8, 0, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 112. And for our constraints number 2 is, or for our constraints number 3 is 9, 4, 0, 0, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, and 72. Okay, then this is our iteration 1. Na-transfer na natin yung mga value. My next is we will solve for the 0. Whereas meron itong formula for the z0. Okay, so sum product of our basic Cj column, ito yung ating basic Cj column, and the variable column. Okay, this is the variable column for x sub 1, x sub 2, surplus 1, 2, RHS. Okay, so let's solve. So sum product. So we will solve first the x sub 1 column, the zj. Okay, so sum product of basic column, 100 times 5 plus 100 times 7 plus 100 times 9 is equal to 2,100. Same with x sub 2 column, so 100 times 11 plus 100 times 8 plus 100 times 4. So the answer is 2,300. Okay, and here is negative 100, negative 100, 100, negative 100, 100, 100, 100, and for our RHS, so 100 times 110, okay, so 100 times 110, 100 times 112, 100 times 70. The answer is 29,400. Okay. For the Cj minus C0 value naman, so we will execute this formula. Okay. So Cj minus Zj, so 50 minus 2,100 is negative 2,050. For x sub 2, so 55 minus 2,300 is equal to negative 2,245. Here is positive 100, 100, 100, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So next is we will use the Gauss-Jordan row operation. So it identifies the entering variable column as the pivot column and the leaving variable as the pivot row. The intersection of the pivot column and pivot row is called pivot element. So ito, same to nung process natin sa simplex method. We will determine or identify the entering variable and the leaving variable. Same with the intersection ng ating pivot column and pivot row. Okay. So ano ba yung rule natin dito? So our rule is the most negative column or the minimum negative value ng ating Zj. So dito tayo dedepende. So the minimum is x sub 2 column. And to determine the pivot row, so nakuha na natin yung ating column. So kukunin natin yung ratio ng ating RHS and our column. So 110 over 11, 112 over 8, 72 over 4. So we'll choose the minimum positive value. So therefore, our minimum positive value is our A1 row. So ito yung ating magiging leaving variable or yung ating pivot row. Okay? So after nating malaman or ma-determine yung ating row and column, so malalaman na natin yung pivot element. So to replace the new pivot row, okay, so current pivot row over pivot element. So ito yung ating current, yung 5, 11, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 110. So divided by pivot element, which is 11. Okay. So five over 11, 11 over 11 is 1, negative 1 over 11, 0, 0, 1 over 11, 0, 0, and 10. 110 over 11. Okay, next we will get the value of our A sub 2 row. By the way, so ito yung ating leaving variable. Okay, yung A one row. So, mare-replace ito ng ating entering variable, which is x sub 2, and the value of 100, mare-replace yan or papalitan yan ng 55. Okay, so therefore, ito na yung ating magiging basic CJ 55, and our basic variable is x sub 2. Then we will get the new value for our A2 row. So current row minus pivot column coefficient times new pivot row. So again, yung technique is dati minus tinamaan times bago. Okay? So, start. So, dati is for our A2, 7 minus tinamaan is 8 times bago is 5 over 11 is equal to 37 over 11. Okay? So, PEMDAS or MDAS rule yung ating gagamitin. Rule. Okay? Then, this is 0. Next, for surplus 1 is dati is 0 minus tinamaan 8 times bago is negative 1 over 11. The answer is 8 over 11. And if we will execute for the surplus 2, surplus 3, A1, A2, and A3, so try to pause this video and try to answer and compare natin kung same yung ating magiging sagot. Okay? So, our answer for surplus 2 is negative 1. For surplus 3 is 0. A1 is negative 8 over 11. Positive 1, 0, and 30. Okay? So, try to answer the A3 row. Pause nyo ulit. Then, we will compare our answer. Okay? Our answer is 79 over 11, 0. 4 over 11, 0, negative 1, negative 4 over 11, 0, 1, and 32. Okay? And next, after nating makuha yung x sub 2 row, A2 row, and A3 row, so we will get the value of Zj and Cj minus Zj. Again, to get the value of Zj, sum product of our basic solution and our variable column. Okay? So, 55 times 5 over 11 plus 100 times 37 over 11 plus 100 times 79 over 11. So we will answer so 55 times 5 over over 11 plus 100 times 37 over 11 plus 100 times 79 over 11. Okay, equals 11,875 over 11. Right? So try to answer the exam 2 to RHS. So pause nyo ulit, then try to answer, then compare nyo yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? So the answer is 55, 1,145 over 11, negative 100, negative 100, negative 1,145 over 11, 100, 100, and 6,950. Then after nating makuha yung value ng ating CJ, execute natin yung formula ng CJ minus CJ for the X sub 1 column. So 50 minus 11,875 over 11 is equal to negative 11,325 over 11. Then this is 0. So again, pause, then try to solve the surplus 1 to A sub 2. Okay? So this is the result of our computed CJ minus CJ. Then babalik ulit tayo sa pag-determine ng ating basic or ng ating entering variable and leaving variable. Again, to determine the pivot column is the most negative or minimum negative value. So dalawa na lang yung pagpipilian natin. So this column and the surplus 1. Therefore, yung ating pivot column is example. And to determine the leaving variable or yung ating pivot row is kukunin natin yung ratio ng ating RHS over sa ating pivot column. So 10 over 5 over 11, 32 over 37 over 11, and 32 over 79 over 11. So therefore, yung ating positive or minimum positive value is our A3 row. Okay? So then na-determine natin yung ating pivot element. Ito, our leaving variable, and this is our entering variable. Okay. Then we will divide 79 over 11 is 1. This is 0. Okay. Then this is 4 over 11 over 79 over 11 is 4 over 11 divided by 79 over 11 is equal to reciprocal ating denominator. Therefore, 4 over 79. For our surplus 2, this is 0. Surplus 3 is negative 11 over 79, and for our artificial one is negative 4 over 79. 0, positive 11 over 79, and 352 over 79. So by the way guys, ano yung napansin niyo sa table natin? Okay. Dito. Sa part na to. Okay. So, kung papansinin niyo yung ating surplus 1 o surplus 3 and yung ating A1 to A3. So, pansinin niyo yung sign. Okay. Yung surplus 1 and yung ating artificial 1. So, nagbabago lang yung sign. Ito positive. So, for 8 over 11, so naging negative 8 over 11. 4 over 11, naging negative 4 over 11. Okay, so, for our surplus 2, negative 1, positive sa A sub 2. So, ito yung sinasabi na trick to force to 0 dun sa ating umpisa ng lesson natin. Yung gamit ng artificial variable. Okay? Next is we will determine the X sub 2 row and A sub 2 row. So, new current row is equal to current row minus pivot column coefficient times new pivot row. So, dati minus tinamaan times but for X sub 2, so 5 over 11. Again, tip, no need to compute, this is automatic 0. Okay? So, dito na tayo sa X sub 2 row. So, dati is 1 minus tinamaan 5 over 11 times bago 0 is 1. Okay? This is 1. Then, for surplus 1, so ano yung batting value? Negative 1 over 11 minus tinamaan 5 over 11 times bago is 4 over 79 is equal to negative 9 over 79. Okay. For surplus 2, surplus 2, so 0 minus 5 over 11 times bago times 0, so obviously 0. For surplus 3, 0 minus 5 over 11 times negative 11 over 79 is equal to 5 over 79. Again, yung sign na lang yung babaguhin natin. This is 9 over 79, 0, negative 5 over 79. And for the RHS is 630 over 79. Then try to solve the A2 row. Okay, so this is our answer for our A2 row. Then, balik ulit tayo sa process natin for the CJ row. So, sum product of our basic CJ and for our variable column. So, 55 times 0 plus 100 times 0 plus 50 times 1 is 50. Okay? Then, for our x sub 2 is 55. Try to pause again, then solve. Okay? So this is 4,105 over 79. Negative 100. 3,425 over 79. Negative 4,105 over 79. 100. And negative 3,425 over 79. And for the hour RHS, 186,650 over 79. So after natin makuha yung value ng ZJ, we will execute the formula of CJ minus AJ sub 50 minus 50 is 0, 0. I try to pause again, then compare natin kung same yung ating magiging sagot. Okay? Then, again, we will determine the pivot element and pivot row. For the pivot element, we will determine the minimum negative value, which is the minimum negative value. Again, dalawa na lang pagpipilian natin. The minimum negative value is surplus 1. And for our ratio, RHS over pivot column, our living variable is A sub 2 row. And this is living variable. So, papalitan to ng surplus 1 and value is 0. Then, we will execute again for our pivot element. So, this is 0, 0, 1, negative 79 over 44. This is 37 over 79 over 44 over 79 is 37 over 44. Then we'll change the sign, negative 1, 79 over 44 and negative 37 over 44, and our RHS is 336 over 11. Then we'll solve the x sub 2 and x sub 1 row. So yung dati minus tinamaan times bago. Okay. So try to pause again this video and try to answer the x sub 2 and x sub 1. Okay. And for the value of ZJ and CJ minus CJ. Okay? So, therefore, yung ating magiging sagot is ito na. Okay? For our x sub 2 and x sub 1. And for our CJ minus AJ, ito. Then, balik tayo ulit sa ating rules or procedure. to get the or to determine the pivot column is the most negative or minimum negative ng ating CJ minus CJ. CJ minus ZJ. So, kung titingnan natin yung CJ minus CJ row, so wala nang negative 1. So, therefore, ito na yung time para mag-stop na tayo ng ating pagsosolve. And, we will analyze our table. So, we will check the value of x sub 2 or the value of our RHS. For our x sub 1, 32 over 11. For our surplus 1 is 336 over 11. And for our ZJ is 8,530 over 11. Okay, so if we will compare our final answer dun sa ating graphical solution, so minimization, so same tayong naging final answer. So for our x sub 2 is 11.4545, for our x sub 1 is 2.9091, and for our cost is 775.4545. So kung i-execute natin yan, yung value ng ating for our constraints, so 5 times x sub 1 is 32 over 11 plus for 5 times 2.9091. Wala namang problema kung fraction or decimal yung gagamitin. Okay. So 11 times x sub 2 is 126 over 11. Okay, so try to answer. So 5 times 2.9090 plus 11 times 11.4545 equals, so 140.5445. So sobra, no? So again, meron tayong value ng ating surplus 1, which is 30.54. So minus 30.5454 is equal to 109 or almost 110. So yun yung gamit ng ating surplus, no? Na-determine natin yung excess na cases for our constraints number 1. Okay, so if we will check for the value of our constraints number 2 and 3, so equal yung kalalabasan ng ating 112 and 72 dahil wala naman tayong value ng ating surplus 2 and 3. So therefore, our conclusion for this problem, so Jacob should purchase 2.90 gallons of Alaska milk and 11.45 gallons of Nestle milk per day at a total cost of 775.45 with, so na-determine natin yung excess cases made, which is 30.54 cases. So ito yung advantage nung M method, no? Hindi natin to nakikita sa sa graphical solution. Ito 30.54. So ipinapakita lang sa graphical solution is kung ilan yung bibilhin mo at magkano yung cost mo. Unlike sa M method, So, pinapakita dito or nade-determine natin yung excess cases ng nagawang cheese. So, bilang kung ikaw ang manager, so alam mo yung next step na gagawin mo. Kasi na-determine mo na meron kang sobrang cases na cheese. Okay? So, pwede mong bawasan yung production mo sa next production or magkakaroon ka ng buffer na 30.54 na cases ng cheese. Okay? So, I hope nakatulong itong video ito for our M method. So, that's all. Thank you.